Do you ever feel like you're dumb study for hours, highlighting your textbook until it's a rainbow, but by the time the test comes, you've forgotten everything? It's frustrating. You put in the work, but the grades don't show for it, and it can leave you feeling like you're just not smart enough. In this video, I'm showing you 5 genius techniques that will completely transform the way you learn. You better watch the last tip because it's the most important one in this section. Section 1. The illusion of highlighting the selection hack. Alright, let's set the scene. It's 1 a.m. and you're surrounded by a sea of textbooks and crumpled notes. You've used 3 different highlighters, and your book looks like a rainbow exploded on it. You feel super productive, right? You're highlighting, underlining, and making detailed notes on every single paragraph. You feel like you're doing the work, but then the exam comes. You see the first question, and your mind just goes blank. That feeling of betrayal by your own brain is rough. The common advice to memorize everything just in case is one of the biggest myths in modern education. Trying to learn everything is often the fastest way to learn nothing. Your brain isn't a hard drive, it's more like a muscle. And by trying to make it absorb everything at once, you're drowning it in noise. It can't tell what's important and what's not, so it starts to check out. Here's the fix: hunt for the core 20%. This is based on the Pareto Principle, also known as the 80-20 rule, which states that in many situations, roughly 80% of the results come from 20% of the effort. When applied to learning, it suggests that about 20% of the material will likely account for 80% of what's on the exam. Your job isn't to memorize the whole textbook. It's to become a detective and find that critical 20%. Before you read a chapter, look for clues. Ask yourself, 1. What ideas get repeated constantly? 2. What concepts connect all the other smaller ideas? And 3. If I removed one idea, what would make the whole chapter fall apart? That's your skeleton. Build that first, and all the other details will have a place to hang. This strategy alone can make your syllabus feel much more manageable overnight. Section 2. The power of active recall, the brain struggle flex. Okay, now for the technique that truly separates the casual studiers from the pros. The setup. You've been rereading your notes for hours. The pages are familiar, and the highlighted sentences feel like old friends. You feel confident and prepared. This is called passive review, and here's the hard truth. That feeling of confidence is often an illusion. Passive rereading is like cognitive junk food. It feels good in the moment, but provides very little long-term nutritional value for your memory. Highlighting and rereading can be traps because there's no struggle. And if there's no struggle, there's no real learning. Your brain isn't being asked to do anything, so it doesn't build new neural pathways. It's like watching a workout video and expecting to get fit. The payoff is active recall. The science on this is clear. Forcing your brain to retrieve information, rather than just passively seeing it, makes you retain the material much more effectively. One landmark study showed that students who practiced active recall retained around 80% of information long-term, while those who only reread retained far less. So, how do you do it? It's simple, but it's not easy. After you study a concept, close the book. Seriously, just close it. Now, try to explain the concept out loud or write down everything you remember on a blank sheet of paper. It will feel difficult. You'll notice gaps in your knowledge. That feeling of difficulty is the magic. That's your brain firing up and strengthening connections. That's learning happening in real time. Do this for just 5 minutes after every study session. It feels harder than rereading, but the results are worth it. Section 3. The Feynman Technique. Explain it simple. You're in class. The professor explains a complex topic and you nod along. It seems to make sense. You write it down in your notes and feel like you've got it. Someone asks you a question about it and you freeze. You realize you didn't truly understand it. You just understood the professor's explanation of it. As Nobel Prize-winning physicist Richard Feynman said, if you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it well enough. Rereading can hide your weak spots, but the Feynman technique is designed to shine a spotlight on them. Here's how it works in 2 simple steps. Step 1. Take the concept you're learning and pretend you have to teach it to a 12-year-old. Use a whiteboard or a piece of paper, simple words and analogies. Avoid the jargon from the textbook. Step 2. As you explain it, you will inevitably get stuck. You'll find a part where your explanation gets clunky or you have to say, well, it just works. That's your knowledge gap. That's the exact point where you need to go back to the source material to deepen your understanding. Then, repeat the process until you can explain the entire concept, from start to finish. This method forces you to move beyond memorization and into true comprehension. It's how you not only pass the test, but actually own the information for life.